Hello and welcome to the series on essays where we are going to brainstorm the various points to write in the essay as well as we are going to go through a sample answer for this topic. Make sure you watch this video until the end because we're going to learn great vocabularies, we're going to learn good points that you can write in this essay, and there is a high probability that you're going to get these topics in your examination. So today we're going to discuss an essay on imposing high tax on fast food. So let's read the question and begin. So please read the question carefully so that you don't misinterpret and write something totally different to what is asked in the question. In some countries, an increasing number of people are suffering from health problems as a result of eating too much fast food. Is it necessary for the government to impose a higher tax on these kinds of food? Do you agree or disagree? Okay, so I've understood the question. A large number of people are suffering from health problems. So, fast foods are these junk foods, right? What else can I write? They are called convenience foods. They are called highly processed foods, or you can write unhealthy food or frozen foods. They are also fast foods. You can just take them, pop it into the microwave, and the food is ready. So they're suffering from health problems or health issues. So people are having diabetes because of the soft drinks that they are consuming. Then they have hypertension, then coronary heart disease. So we'll just write heart disease, they get heart attacks, high level of cholesterol, and so on. So, because of this, some people believe that the government should impose. Another word for the word impose is levy, okay, or inflict high tax on such foods. Like if you remember in Kerala, they had imposed fat tax, where we had to pay a higher tax for foods that are fatty. So, do you think the government should take such a step to curb or control the amount of fast foods that people are consuming? We either have to agree or we have to disagree. We can't do both. So, when someone asks you, do you want tea or do you want coffee? You only choose one, isn't it? So, we have to either completely agree or completely disagree. Okay. So, first, we need to brainstorm and actually think that if they impose higher tax, will people actually stop eating such foods? Like, for example, now imagine McDonald's is 100 rupees and with higher tax, now it is 150. So, a 50 rupees increase. Would it completely stop people from eating such foods? I don't think so. So, I am going to disagree with this. You are free to agree also. Okay. So, there is no hard and fast rule. But since we are writing an essay and I had to write a sample answer, I chose disagree. Now, let's see why I chose to disagree. Okay. So, first, let's think who are the people who consume such convenience foods. So people who are working professionals. So because of their busy pace of life, they don't find enough time to cook, and that is why they rely on such fast food. So just by increasing the tax is not going to restrict these people from buying the product. So hence an alternative solution should be taken, such as maybe regulating their work timings or making healthy food alternatives readily available so that even if they have lack of time they can totally depend on the healthy food and consume it. Another word for the word consume is ingest. Ingest is eat. So do you understand? In many countries, especially in America, people rely on these frozen foods because they do not have time. They are very busy at work. They have to leave early in the morning. They come late at night. So they do not have time, and they find this to be convenient. So therefore, your work time should be regulated, or healthy food should be easily available as much as these unhealthy foods are available. I've written this detailed point in the sample answer, which we will read later. Now we are just brainstorming and thinking of points. Another uh, age group where people eat a lot of junk food is children. So children are unaware of the detrimental effects. Detrimental is bad. Impact of such processed foods, and hence they should be taught about how bad it is for health, and awareness should be spread so that they would consume it less. So spreading awareness. Another point is, it has also been noted that people who aren't financially strong depend on fast foods because they are cheaper when compared to healthy food. So if we increase the tax on such foods, we will be snatching away their only source of food, or we would make their lives even more difficult for them. So rather than increasing the tax, we should actually make healthy food options more affordable for them so that they would depend on such foods. Like, for example, if you see people who are like truck drivers in abroad countries, they depend on McDonald's and other fast food joints because the food is quite affordable and filling for them. So if we increase the tax, then it would be very difficult for them to make ends meet. You can write another point is the government should promote healthy alternatives. Like, for example, in India, 2024 was a year of millets where the government was promoting such healthy foods, where awareness was spread, and also healthy recipes were shared so that people would get to know about these health benefits and use them in their daily diet. Okay, now let's see why tax should be increased. So you can write that. However, some people believe that if taxes are imposed and it becomes expensive, people might shift to healthier options. And also, the revenue generated after collecting these tax can be used to spread awareness or for advertisements or broadcasting on the radio or television, and this revenue can help to spread awareness about the ill impacts of fast foods. So please brainstorm once before you start writing, because one of my student, what happened in her examination is she started with agree, but she did not get much points, and then for disagree she had so many points, but she had agreed to it, and later she had to erase everything and start from the beginning, and by the time the time ended she did not complete. Therefore, just don't write a lot, just one word, so that you exactly know which stand to take, whether it is agree or disagree, and you can write accordingly. Now let's go to the sample answer and see what I have written for this essay. So first is my introduction, where I will write a general statement as the first line. I will paraphrase the question and I will write my opinion. Okay. So due to globalization, now what is globalization? Globalization is where one thing was only present in one country, but now because of trade, business, everything is available everywhere. Like, for example, your top brands or KFC was only in the US, but now it is present in every part of the world. So that is globalization, where there is something present in every part of the world, where the disparity between countries have reduced. So due to globalization, the consumption of junk foods have become ubiquitous in every part of the world. So meaning of the word ubiquitous means present everywhere, like omnipresent, like God. Junk foods, consumption of junk food is present everywhere in every part of the world. People are allured towards. So allured means attracted towards consuming unhealthy foods, that is causing a lot of health issues among young and aged individuals. So this is my general statement. Now I'm going to paraphrase the question. Therefore, some people suggest that the government should inflict higher taxes on such foods so that it can deter the people from, deter means stop the people from consuming such foods. Now I'm going to write my opinion. I disagree with this statement. Which statement? The previous one, that higher tax should be imposed on such foods, that is unhealthy foods. Now I am going to write my disagree point. Out of all the reasons, the most important is that, so this is also a starting linker that you can use. Due to the fast pace of life and busy work schedules, there has been a lack of time availability for the people to buy groceries and also cook. Therefore, since there are a plethora means many, of fast food joints, they find this as an appealing option. Appealing is something that is attracting them. So if taxes are increased, it does not solve the problem. Thus, work timing should be regulated, or healthy food options should be readily available as easily as the junk food, so that people would opt. Opt means choose for the more nutritious choice. Also, pre-preparing of certain healthy foods could help, like a pre-prepared option where maybe the vegetables are already pre-cut and vacuum packed, so that they just don't have to waste time cutting the vegetables. So options like that. Not only this, but so again I am going to write the disagree point here. Not only this, but the majority of people who consume junk foods are children and youngsters who are oblivious. Oblivious means unaware to the ill impacts, or you can write adverse. Adverse means bad effects of convenience foods and the detrimental impact it has. Detrimental is bad. Hence, they should be educated and health warnings should be clearly stated in the boxes. Like how in packets of cigarettes, the bad impact is clearly stated. Here also warnings should be clearly stated in the boxes of fast foods, or health warnings should be broadcasted on media so that they can be mindful while purchasing it and can make an informed choice, because now they know that it is bad, because maybe they were unaware of the detrimental impacts of these processed and fatty foods. Also, Junk foods are quite inexpensive, or you can write cheaper as compared to healthy foods. Therefore, such foods are widely ingested. I told you ingested means consumed by people who are not financially strong or who are poor. And they consume such foods out of necessity and not by choice. So if taxes are surged, we already know surged means increased. We would be snatching their main source of food. For example, many truck drivers rely means depend. In the previous video, I taught you two synonyms for the word for example. One is to illustrate, or you can write for instance. Many truck drivers rely on fast food joints such as McDonald's that are present on the highway as they are affordable and can satiate their hunger. Satiate means satisfy. On that account, so instead of writing therefore, hence, I wrote another synonym which is on that account. Healthy foods should be made economical to tackle. Tackle means solve the excessive consumption of such unhealthy and fatty foods. So make sure you use these better vocabularies rather than the same old words like solve or depend. Furthermore, people enjoy the umami taste of junk food. Umami is, that addictive taste, especially when you have this Chinese food. There is this, it is not sour, it is not sweet, it is not spicy, it's not bitter, but it's the another form of taste, which is umami. So people enjoy the umami taste of junk food such as French fries or burgers. So the chefs and social media influencers should join hands together and create videos where they portray easy recipes of traditional healthy food and spread awareness that nutritious food can also be delectable or flavorful. Delectable means delicious and flavorful, because in our mind healthy food is disgusting in taste and unhealthy food is tasty. So if they develop good recipes, then people would depend on such healthy food options rather than these unhealthy foods. Now I've written a short paragraph on egg cream. On the other hand, certain people believe that if a certain food becomes expensive, they might shift to alternative foods that could be pocket friendly. So, high taxes should be levied. Likewise, that is another linker. The higher tax collected by the government could be utilized to spread awareness about the harmful impact of such highly processed foods, because they're going to get more money by imposing higher tax. So that money can be used for advertisements and spreading awareness. This is my concluding paragraph. Thus, to conclude, in the last video, I had written thus in a nutshell. So here I have written thus to conclude. Just imposing high tax is not going to deter is stop people from consuming fast foods, and the action would be futile. Futile means useless. Thus, the people should be educated and the root cause should be eradicated. Eradicated is completely removed. If you remember in the previous video, I had taught the root cause should be uprooted, or I had written dislodged. So here we have learnt another word, eradicated, which is completely removed. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this helps you in your examination. Please go through the vocabularies and God bless.